Welcome to PsychWSigmund, where we delve into the fascinating world of psychology to explore the intricacies of the human mind and behavior. Today, we're going to talk about social contagion, a psychological concept that explains how our thoughts, feelings, and actions can be influenced by those around us. Social contagion refers to the phenomenon where we catch emotions, behaviors, or ideas from others, often unconsciously. This can happen through social interactions, observations, or even mere exposure to certain environments or media. The concept of social contagion is essential in psychology because it highlights the profound impact that our social surroundings have on our individual experiences and behavior. The idea of social contagion has been around for decades, with roots in various psychological theories, including social learning theory and emotional contagion. One of the key psychologists who contributed to our understanding of social contagion is Albert Bandura, who demonstrated through his famous Bobo doll experiment that people can learn new behaviors by observing others. Another important researcher is Elaine Hatfield, who explored the concept of emotional contagion, showing how we can catch emotions from others through facial expressions, body language, and other nonverbal cues. Our understanding of social contagion has evolved significantly over time, with recent research incorporating insights from neuroscience, sociology, and anthropology. For instance, studies using fMRI have shown that when we observe someone else experiencing an emotion, the same brain regions are activated in our own brains, illustrating the neural basis of emotional contagion. Additionally, research on social networks has demonstrated how behaviors and attitudes can spread rapidly through social connections, often without us realizing. One classic study that comes to mind is the Stanford Prison Experiment, where participants were assigned roles as either prisoners or guards in a simulated prison environment. The results showed how quickly normal, well-adjusted individuals can become cruel and sadistic when placed in certain social roles, illustrating the power of social influence on behavior. More recent research has focused on the impact of social media on social contagion. For example, studies have shown that exposure to idealized images of peers on platforms like Instagram can lead to increased feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem, as well as a greater likelihood of engaging in unhealthy behaviors like disordered eating. On the other hand, social media can also be a powerful tool for positive social influence, with online support groups and social movements promoting healthy behaviors and social change. So, how can understanding social contagion help us in our everyday lives? For one, it highlights the importance of being mindful of the company we keep and the social environments we expose ourselves to. Surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive people can have a profound impact on our mental health and well-being, while associating with negative or toxic individuals can have the opposite effect. Additionally, recognizing social contagion can help us become more aware of our own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and how they might be influenced by others. This increased self-awareness can enable us to make more informed choices about the social interactions we engage in and the media we consume. For instance, if we find ourselves feeling anxious or depressed after spending time on social media, it may be helpful to take a break from these platforms or to seek out more positive online communities. In terms of therapeutic approaches, understanding social contagion can inform interventions like cognitive behavioral therapy, which aims to help individuals identify and challenge negative thought patterns that may have been influenced by their social environment. Group therapies, such as support groups, can also provide a positive social context for individuals to share experiences and learn from one another, promoting healthy behaviors and attitudes. To illustrate social contagion in action, consider the example of a workplace where a few employees are gossiping about a new policy. If you're not careful, you might find yourself getting caught up in the negative conversation and starting to feel anxious or resistant to change, even if you initially had no strong feelings about it. This is an example of how social contagion can spread quickly through social interactions, often without us even realizing. Another interesting aspect of social contagion is its relationship to empathy. While empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, social contagion can sometimes be driven by a more automatic and unconscious process. For instance, research has shown that when we observe someone experiencing emotions like fear or disgust, our brain responds by activating the same emotional centers, even if we don't consciously recognize what's happening. This highlights the complex interplay between empathy, social influence, and our emotional experiences. As we conclude our exploration of social contagion today, remember that this concept is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it highlights the profound impact others can have on us, emphasizing the importance of nurturing positive relationships and environment. On the other hand, it reminds us of our vulnerability to negative influences and the need for self-awareness and discernment in our social interactions. In the end, understanding social contagion can empower us to take control of our own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and to create a more positive and supportive social environment for ourselves and those around us. By being mindful of the social influences that shape our experiences and behaviors, we can cultivate greater empathy, compassion, and resilience, leading to improved mental health and well-being. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of social contagion. If you have any thoughts or questions about today's topic, please don't hesitate to reach out. That's all for today's episode of Psych with Sigmund. Join us next time as we explore more intriguing topics in the realm of psychology. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on social media for updates, behind-the-scenes insights, and more. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, may your ego find balance between pleasure and reality.